Have you ever had a fault light on your dash, taken it to a garage, they've plugged it in, give you a code, replaced the part for the code, and the fault is still there? If you have, use the like button as a hands up and show us all if you've had that done. I'll explain why that happens, because diagnostics isn't as simple as people think it is. It's not just plugging in a code reader. So I'm currently sat inside a 2013 VW Passat with 4 lights on the dash, ABS, traction control, parking assist and power steering faults, and that's 4 lights for this one fault. Now what a lot of cars have now is not individual sensors, so it does have an individual sensor but the part of a sensor network. Let me show you now on my top down light 2. As you can see here, this can comfy, that there is one network. So all of those things on the same network. You come down, can drive, that's a separate network, and can info, again, a separate network. Now, I live in a small, beautiful valley in the South Wales valleys, and there is one way in and one way out. So if you have a crash at this point of the valley, you cannot explore the other streets or villages inside the valley. Now it's the same with this network system here. If I have an issue with this module, it can have knock-on effect on all of these other modules in that network. So it might look like I've got a power steering fault or a headlight fault or whatever it could be, but the fault could actually lie with something else on that network. Now this particular vehicle had an issue with the rear right ABS sensor, because that issue talks to the power steering, so that's a power steering fault. The traction control is also done off the ABS, so it's brought up that fault, and obviously the handbrake or parking assist is part of the braking system as well, so it's brought that fault. So we've got 4 separate lights, separate faults, but all linked back into one ABS fault. So correct diagnosis of those network systems is the best way to do it, rather than spending out obscene amounts of money on just replacing parts based off the codes that are there. I suppose looking at this without a little bit of experience, you could have thought there was a control unit down or the ABS pump or something like that was faulty, but it wasn't, just one sensor.